He is absolutely devastated. He has been with his wife now for 10 years, married for 3. They have an amazing 8-year-old girl and just had another baby. On his way home from picking up his daughter from a friend's pool party, his wife accidentally sent him a screenshot of her FaceTime with another man. He instantly recognized him. When he got home, he confronted her. She explained it was an Instagram pocket dial and she instantly hung up out of embarrassment and took a screenshot in the process. He debunked this. After questioning her, come to find out she was FaceTiming this guy and effed up by sending him that picture entirely. She's been talking with this guy for around 11 months. So, he contacted AP's wife and let her know his wife and her husband have been hiding their conversations from them. After talking more with AP's wife, she discovered he was getting a hotel room down the street from their house all the time. She pulled this info up on their Marriott Points account. He called AP and got him to come clean. AP has been effing Opus's wife for months at a hotel during the day. Opus's cheating wife would drop off his daughter at school, go meet with him, then come home and act like nothing happened. He has since confronted her and she's trying to get him to stay. The worst part is, their newborn baby may not be his. They have been having physical affair throughout her entire pregnancy. He got a paternity test today, and should know by Friday the outcome. He doesn't want to divorce his wife, but she has absolutely broken his heart and ruined this family. His oldest daughter has no idea, and he don't plan on telling her so they can keep a healthy relationship. His wife has never cheated before. He treat her like a queen. They are happy and love their relationship. Or so he thought. If she had never sent him that screenshot by mistake, he'd have never known. The worst part is he have no idea why she would ruin their family and marriage. He gives her his all. He works his arse off for her and the girls. He is broken. Update, baby is his. Just to update, she has come clean. Everything at first was trickle truth. Tomorrow they have a polygraph test. The newborn is his. They have done marriage therapy. He has done therapy. He is having his lawyer draft up some papers. He is having a post-nuptial drafted. She will be taking a physical evaluation. He is not sure what he wants to do. He constantly wonders how he could ever leave his family and start all over. They are both 30 years old. But then reality sets in about how awful she really is, and the unforgivable acts she committed. She said all of this happened because she didn't feel like he was showing her attention. However, he was. He was constantly surprising her. He always asks if they could do lunch or get coffee after dropping their 8-year-old off at school. But he explained to her she never did that for him. She never called to surprise him, date him, send him flirty text. He was already giving her so much, and if she was doing the bare minimum, he would have done even more for her and their relationship. Anyway, still stuck here, not divorced as of now. He'd like to at least be in the house until the holidays pass. His oldest has been so excited for the holidays with her new sister. He doesn't think he can take that from her right now. And to clarify, Opus's cheating wife knows this is her fault. She isn't blaming him, but telling him why she thinks she did it. She is still unsure why she ruined a perfectly good marriage, but she knows and has told him this is 1000% her fault. She holds no blame on him because it's on her, and she said she's willing to do anything to prove she can reconcile and be forgiven. That's the hardest part for him right now, because he believes she could put in the work, but he will always feel like number 2, and she's only doing this because she got caught. He feels like he can forgive, but he knows he could never ever forget. Her parents are divorced. Her mom cheated on her dad. Then her mom got remarried and was cheated on and divorced. Her dad remarried, got cheated on and divorced. Her uncle was cheated on around 20 years ago and went into and still is in deep alcoholic spiral. She has every reason not to cheat, but she did it anyway. So, he is leaning more towards D than R, but he is going through the steps of R, so he can at least tell his daughters I tried. Thanks for all the advice you all. This is the darkest time of his life. Definitely needed the helping hand. This is what has been done this far. Her number was changed, and AP's number was changed. AP's wife called him and assured him of that. He has a flip phone. She has no access to social media of any kind. It's even blocked on her computer and phone internet. Her phone has a parental lockdown feature on it now. She can only use it for some things. Talk to an attorney. He knows where he stands. Paternity tested the newborn. STD test has been done on everyone. Already went to marital divorce therapy. Polygraph is today. Post-nuptial is being worked on. Her phone is tracked. Cameras are in every room of the house and outside of the house. Trauma therapy is being scheduled. Computer is locked down. There are more steps that will take place, but that's what has happened for now. Just for him to be in the house and not kick her out. So, they can both be there for the newborn, which is currently on oxygen. She spent 9 days in the hospital with RSV, so she needs a little extra love right now. He knows this isn't the popular response, but he just started leaning into some tequila. There is no whiskey, and he is not much of a drinker. They had the polygraph today. Found out she sent the guy dirty pictures from the beginning of the affair. So that takes out the whole it was about physical affair from the jump. Also found out she failed all of her classes, on top of finding out he was buying her suckers. Then they went home, got his daughters from his mother-in-law. Normally on the weekend they all do something as a family. Since they haven't in a while, his 8-year-old was insisting they do. So, they went shopping, and then to dinner. He was so angry he was in tears a few times. His wife tried comforting him, but he refused. However, his 8-year-old rushed in to comfort him. They are now back home, and he is on its 5 o'clock somewhere. After he put the girls to bed. He doesn't plan on this being a normal outlet. He just needed it tonight. Today has been hard. Can't work. He has literally been sitting in the same spot for hours. They tried doing a family movie night last night. Again, for his daughter's sake. But he thinks it hurt him more than it did good. She keeps trying to tell him she will do whatever is needed. Physically affair, mentally, at home, for the kids, but it still makes him feel empty. He doesn't want to be single again. He has always wanted to be a family guy, build a future for his kids and wife, but he just can't stand how that's all been burned. Ugh, sorry y'all. It's just a effing bummer today. He is ready for the eye rolls on this one, because he has done it as well. She was ending the affair, they were over. That was the last call. Mind you, they had physical affair on September 1st, and his daughter was born on September 13th. He happened to call her the 19th, his other daughter's birthday, just to check on her, and that be the last call ever. He still calls BS, but who knows? She says she would have had to tell him at some point. Again, he calls BS. She did all this because he showed her all this extra attention. Yet, they were sending each other dirty pictures from the start. So, it was always about an affair. It wasn't just words of affirmation. The poly, she passed somewhat. It came out she failed her whole last semester of school. She never told him that. So, there's another lie. So, she was failing her classes, and lied to him by not telling him about it. Oh, and AP bought her more candy, which happened to be the gift Opus always bought her in a whim. So, AP knew she liked them. The whole this is so effed. And even with all that, it's still hard for him to wrap his head around all of this. You all, thank you for the responses, they help more than you know. But tonight, they got into a fight. He saw a locked note on her iPhone, asked her to show him. She told him she didn't know how to unlock in. Then proceeded into their room and got on her computer, taking it to the bathroom. Can't make this SHT up. She deleted the note from her computer and saved it in Microsoft Word. After about 20 minutes of arguing, she finally told him that it was a conversation she wrote down of one of their fights and showed it to him on Word. She was planning on showing this to the therapist. He deleted it because it wasn't all true. She was mad about that. Anyway, 2 years ago, he accused her of cheating, then apologized after they talked. They were in the shower, and he noticed long scratches all the way down her back. She claimed they were from her bra, but obviously the bra doesn't make it all the way down and up to create what looked like affair scratches. She said she bottled that up and it might be a reason. Again, he apologized for his accusations and for the next week made sure she knew he was sincerely sorry, which he have never heard about since they last argued about it. Going back a bit more, about 6 years ago she lied to him, which honestly has given him PTSD and has had him question her in the past. She was at a concert with her mom, told him her phone was going to die and couldn't talk until she got back home. When she got home and fell asleep, her phone was blowing up on Snapchat. She had been talking to a guy friend all night even after telling him her phone would die. He had been sending her flirtatious messages. So, the next day he confronted her on it, and even called the guy to yell at him. Since then, he has always been a little skeptical. So, the back scratch thing was a trigger for him. She passed both of those on the poly, and didn't cheat on him before. But who really knows at this point? So, she is now saying because he accused her of cheating, that's what made her angry and bottle up anger to take it out in a terrible way. Because before this affair, she had never cheated and was always faithful. Again, he can't make this SHT up. Past arguments that have long been made up for are now her excuse. On another note, anyone have some advice on how to not get screwed in a divorce in Oklahoma? Unfortunately, the state hardly ever favors the male. She said she wouldn't EFF Opus over if he absolutely couldn't reconcile. But again, who knows? Thanks you guys. Seriously, you all are keeping him moving. There are a lot of questions about the poly. He listed a great deal of those questions and handed them off to the professional. He informed him there was no spike about her ever cheating before. He dug into her past quite a bit. She was truthful about everything on the list he asked. However, it kept spiking when he asked if she was hiding anything else. Those spikes were her failing her classes and AP buying her more gifts. On Monday night he asked her to move into her dad's house with the new baby for the time being. He just can't think with her in the house. He keeps drifting in and out of a false reality, which is everything is fine, they will be watching a movie. And then he will snap back and be like, what is he doing? This lady was just with another man. So, then it will all start again. He will break down, yell, cry, etc. So, he currently has his 8-year-old at the house with him. They told her the baby is still sick and needs to be away from everyone who is also sick. Him and his 8-year-old have a cold. So, she understood. His wife is still wanting them to go to counseling. Marriage counseling instead of individual. He keeps explaining that if he can't heal, he can't move on. Period. He said marriage counseling is a waste of time, and told her that the marriage was murdered by you. So, they can't even consider themselves friends, let alone husband and wife, until he has time to heal. Her being gone is starting to make him feel lonely already. Hard knots in his stomach. He was so deeply in love with her, and now he is sick at the thought of her, but he still doesn't want to see her go. Is that normal? The thought of them ending it, and her being with another man absolutely kills him. But he know if he stay he'd be just as miserable. Even if he can forgive, he won't be able to forget. He plans on finding an individual counseling today. Thanks everyone. Regarding the poly, he gave him a list of questions. Pre-poly they all sat down. He asked her all of the questions and asked her to disclose any of that information. She did. During the poly he focused on 2-3 things. Did she cheat before? Was she honest about all information regarding the affair? And is there other outlying information she didn't disclose? He did a good job. He's also a state trooper and has been doing polys for about 20 years. He got the information he needed. The MC was originally his idea. He was in a place where he just needed to talk to someone outside of our bubble. He wanted to be in a room with her and another person, for them to hear their story and see their reaction. The MC was helpful, but he basically told her he needs to heal or nothing works. You need to write him a blank check. Anything he needs, you need to do it for him, period. He was straight to the point and made sure she knew this was not going to be easy. However, he doesn't think he will go back until he sits down with an individual counseling. For her and obviously him. He has been in such a mad stage. Everything she says to him, now via text or call, he basically tie it to their affair. She's upset he is cutting her down and using her as a punching bag, saying that the way he is speaking to her is preventing her from helping him. Anyway, he explained that this is a byproduct of her affair. He was never one to call her names or yell, but now he is just seeing red. He feels RPD. He feels just used and worthless, like he never really mattered. They tried for months to have a baby, and it just feels like it never mattered. Like the baby didn't matter. Their marriage, their 8-year-old. They were also looking at houses. Thank God the 2 offers they got outbid. She's still out of the house for the time being. He hates sleeping alone the most. He just wants to be hugged and loved on. This is the worst feeling ever. He wanted to share something with you all. It's a text she sent him. Over the past 20-ish days, he has blown up. Called her names, slammed doors, cried like an absolute baby. He has never been like this. He has never called her a bad name in the almost 11 years they have been together, ever. The text messages is as follows. This is the last I am speaking on this, I hope, because I am so ready to focus on your healing. That's what is most important. I need you to stop with the psychological abuse. It may seem so minuscule to you compared to what I have done. I get that. I get you want to hurt me so badly, and since you can't get away with physical assault, psychological abuse is all you got. Not for 1 second will I agree that I deserve to be called the following names that you are trying to force me into agreeing with. SLUT, WHORE, monster, psychopath, cunt, evil, cruel Eddie evil, narcissist, $2 WHORE, the devil, the worst mother, Ted Bundy evil, sociopath. He takes those names serious and very personal esp. Coming from someone I loves. If you looked up the definition to each of those, I do not fit the description. I was a lot of other things during that affair and I have owned those. But you can't go around saying those things. I am so sorry and remorseful for what I have done. I am an effing mess over this, but you are actually psychologically abusing me. And I am bringing it to your attention before it's too late and divorce is our only option. I can't help healing you if I am broken too, and our goal is solely on healing you so we can start rebuilding what I freaking destroyed. Then she went on to text about all the things they can still have. Like going to Disney World with the new baby, buying a new house and watching her run down the halls, taking their oldest daughter to graduation together, all that, and how worth it will all be if they stay together. This was his response. Since I can't get away with physical assault, psychological is all I have. That's not the goal, and I never want to physically hurt you. What the F is wrong with you? I told you until you can't accept you deserve to be called those names. Then leave me alone, meaning that you deserve to be told off. You deserve to be yelled at. You deserve for a few short minutes to feel badly as I do now. Not that any amount of words can make you feel like I do. But do you deserve that treatment? Oh yeah, I never said it would continue. But did you deserve what I have called you and what's happened so far? Absolutely. What you did was so evil and monstrous it makes me sick. As far as you are telling me it will be worth it, fantasies. They would have been worth it. All of those could have and should have happened without what you did. All those things are what you took away from not only me, but both of our daughters. Again, until you can own up to everything. Put your guard down and truly own this SHT. Then we will never be able to fix what you have done. It will be impossible, including accepting you deserve to be told off. I just don't understand how you could do something so mean, so awful, and it have such a deep wounding after effect and think it will all be okay. I'll be working on healing truly from this point on forever. Because of you. She thinks that he needs to absolutely be thinking of how she feels as well during this process. He doesn't think she understands what he has said, and is he doing a byproduct of his hurt. And she needs to accept that she turned him into this. It's like a broken record player. He has told her this so many times. And it's going nowhere. But he went ahead and deleted his texts within her phone. There is no chain. From this point on he will not be texting her anything other than black and white responses. He has talked to an attorney. It's the typical "do you want to divorce her? Okay, we'll take the time you need. There is no rush. We will be to help when you are ready." What do we need to ask his attorney specifically? Guys, he is still in limbo. He is still in shell shock. He is up and down minute by minute. He knows divorce right now would kill his chances at bonding with his newborn. But it would also kill his 8-year-old right before the holidays. His 8-year-old is the only thing keeping his going. We have already had a talk with her saying mommy and daddy are fighting. But mommy hurt daddy really bad and is doing her best to make it right. That conversation had her down. And he can't imagine rushing into D right before the holidays. He'd hold on just for her. So, am he stalling a bit? He thinks so. But he really is treading water in the middle of the effing ocean too. No land in sight, no boats, no planes. It's not a good feeling. Everyone, thank you for all the comments. But if you could please refrain from fighting with each other. He completely understands everyone has their own opinion. And he will take the advice he see fit. But he is living a living hell right now. So, he really liked to avoid reading you all fighting. He liked to update. He found all this out on September 19th. He thinks a few of you had the timeline messed up. His wife is still out of the house. She is staying with her parents. It's hard because his 8-year-old is starting to ask questions. And with it coming up on a holiday, she's wondering why they haven't been doing what we normally do. Decorating, going to events, all the stuff associated with Halloween. He talked to his lawyer. He's going to write him up a post-nuptial agreement that his wife has agreed to sign. She has also agreed to do everything else he have asked. She's at a point of jump and she says how high. He has gone out with friends a couple times. He has been around friends and family during this whole thing. But he still can't shake this overwhelming feeling of loneliness. Truth is, he misses his wife. He misses his old life. He misses all of it. He was at a point in life where it was going to all be so good. But it got derailed almost instantly. He doesn't think he can ever forget what she's done. Everything she did for him can now never be special for him. Physical affair, hugs, kissing, all of it. It's now tainted. How do they move past this insane feeling of sadness and loneliness? Going out with friends makes him sad. He can't even imagine being single again. Makes him sick. He liked being a family guy. He liked being home with them. He liked not having to worry about finding someone else to not be lonely. Today has been hard. Really hard. His wife is back at the house. His attorney advised him to be around him newborn as much as possible. It's hard to bounce from their home to her parents with his 8-year-old. So last night his daughter was asking, when is mommy coming home? And then his wife was asking if he could help with the new baby. So, he just told her to come home, so he could be with the newborn, and she could see our other daughter. Today he gave the baby to his wife at 9 a.m. He didn't sleep at all. The baby cried every time he put her down. So, he went to bed at 9 a.m. this morning, was woken up periodically by his 8-year-old and his wife also checking on him. When he woke up around 2:30 p.m., he decided to go to the grocery store, mainly to get out of the house and breath for a minute. Before he left, his 8-year-old asked if he could cook burgers tonight. So, he did that. When he got home, he decided to put his pain in a bottle and just focus on making his 8-year-old happy. Then they sat at the dinner table. His 8-year-old started asking him what mommy and daddy were going to be for Halloween. And he felt it all start to come undone. The bottle was cracking. So, he grabbed his newborn and left his half-eaten burger on the table. He sat on the couch and just started tearing up uncontrollably. His wife then tried comforting him. Then his 8-year-old came over trying to do the same. So, he left and went into their bedroom and locked the door. Just crying and crying and crying. The thought that his wife would throw all of this away, not care to think how her affair before, during, and after the pregnancy would absolutely cripple him. It would wreck their home, their kids, friends, family, put a stop to their future. It just kills him. He can't put himself in her shoes. He can't even imagine doing that to her or their kids. There is no way in hell he could. He doesn't understand how her double life seemed so easy to do. They were looking at purchasing a new house, new cars, traveling more, and the whole time she was doing that. It was a bad day. It still is. He's currently in our bathroom writing this, trying to calm himself down. He has made and set appointments to get help. It is something he planned to do 1,000,000%. He is extremely behind in work. His personal business, his day job, all behind. Last night they hooked up. He was at an extremely vulnerable spot. He can't even remember how it happened. But today he feels very indifferent. He feels odd, not ashamed, but more of an angry feeling. He can't just be intimate with his wife without thinking about all of the past nightmares that have happened. He doesn't think that will happen for a very long time again. But all he can say is he was in a dark place last night and he just allowed himself to fall into her. He didn't sleep in the same bed. He hardly hugged her afterward. Today they spoke about the future and how he still doesn't see how this can work after everything she's done. His life right now, it's a wreck. But he is not thinking about deleting himself. Just to put some of you at ease, those thoughts have never crossed his mind. Have he felt like running away and never coming back? Oh, absolutely. Who wouldn't? He is going to get help. He is going to read the 180. He told his boss what's going on. He's willing to help him as much as possible. He is working out when he can. He has spoken to a lawyer. He has done what he can up to this point. Again, he just wants his daughter to enjoy the holidays. He wants to see where he is after that all passes. He doesn't want to feel alone during those times, even though he does now. He keeps checking in. You all are helping so much. Yeah, been doing his best to sleep. He has gone through all the steps he can. Thus far, he does have an appointment set up. He does plan on getting into counseling. All the ones he has called are full to the brim, so he is in the books, just waiting on his date. The day he found out was September 19th. So, it's been about a month and some change. Today he is back to being angry. He is just angry. He wants to throw stuff, smash things, but he is going to sign up for a boxing class instead. He had so much invested into her and this relationship. The day his second daughter was born he was so happy. They were at a point in their lives where everything was finally good. No worries about money, time, or life's BS. They were getting a big, beautiful house for their growing family. Deep breaths. When he is mad, he has been walking away, eating good food, drinking a glass of water, making sure everything is optimal. He is never sick. He is a very healthy guy. But when this happened, his immune system crashed. Still been fighting this sinus stuff. Again, you all are the best. Wish he could give you all a hug. Great advice, thank you all so much. Reader comment: how did your wayward wife acting towards you, your daughter, family, and friends during her A? Did she behave like normal, thus a compartmentalize? Original poster: Opus said she acted completely normal. He obviously didn't notice anything, nor did anyone else. They were around lots of family and friends, always doing fun things. That's what's so scary to him too. Need some advice about this. So, his wife obviously has her social media deleted. He took off his ring. The day he found out, he deleted all of her pictures from his social account from the past 11 months. And his wife has changed her number. He has had an influx of family and friends wanting to know what's going on. Is everything okay? Hey, he can't get a hold of her, and her account is deleted. What's going on? Hey, did something happen to you too? Her family knows, his sister knows, and 2 of her and his mutual friends know. But he has yet to spill all the beans. What do he do? How do they answer these questions? People are so used to seeing happy updates from them. So, they know something is off. Thank you all. It's still rough. Been reading as much as he can. Still in this angry and exhausted phase. He feels good when he is around his friends. But he always has this empty, hollow feeling in his stomach. He just feels lonely. Sounds super weird, but he misses laying down and cuddling. Just holding on to someone is what he has been craving. But he has been getting lots of hugs from loved ones.